Alhamdulillah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ladies, gentlemen, brothers, sisters, parents, students, educationists, speakers, the panelists over here, as well as the trustees and all those who are watching us on this live webinar with regards to upgrading of our education system during this COVID, or you can say COVID and post-COVID. We have our first speaker today, Dr. Raya Rama. Dr. Raya is an educationist, and I wish her biodata is so interesting that I could have had an entire session on her biodata. So that is an amazing, and we are very fortunate to have such an educationist and such a senior speaker, such a senior educationist among us, and she has been principal for the past 40 years. And this is an amazing feat. Besides her, I have seen very few people who were principals of schools for 30, 40 years. Otherwise, some of them have been for a few years, but Dr. Rama has been, she has been serving, I would say, the education sector for past 40 years. And as of now, she is an academic director of Sri Sharda International School and Sri Sharda PU College. Is that right, Mrs. Rama? Have I understood?
I'm the director of Sri Sharda International School, not the college. I'm sorry.
Okay. She is the director of Sri Sharda International School. And her topic will be today, the art of education. Yes, education is an art. And a strategic perspective during the new normal. And we all await without taking much of your time. I don't want to be a wall between you and such an educationist among us. I give up the mic to Dr. Raman. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for being here as a moderator. And I thank the management and all the stakeholders of IPS International School for having me here. It's a great chance. It's a new learning for everyone. Normal is normal for everyone, but the new normal is new for everyone. Actually, in the new education policy, which is introduced very recently and is the current topic, lot of technology integration is there, right from rural areas to the cosmopolitan cities. How we are going to deal with rural areas integrating this technology? This is a challenge. But because of COVID, something good happens and something bad happens. When something bad happens, we will curse ourselves, we'll curse somebody who caused it. Now, the good out of the bad situation, out of COVID-19 pandemic is reformations in education. Lot of reformation, not only in the education system, reformation, transformation in teachers, students, parents, community, everybody is involved. School is having 5 major stakeholders. The main thing, student, next teacher, student and teacher without parent, cannot imagine. So 3 important stakeholders. And for these 3, in the community should support for a school, right? So community is major. And covering all these aspects, the backbone of these 5 stakeholders is, the structure is, the 5th pillar, the very important pillar is the management of the school. So in the new situation, everybody, it's not only the school management that supports teachers, and it has to convince the parents and the management. The school has to train the teacher, provide transformational changes in trainings for teachers. All these will happen with the support of management and parent. These two different aspects which are very important. For parent or management, the school main heads are, important pillars are teacher, parent, and student. In this process, lot of unlearning, relearning, learning is happening for teachers. Lot of hard work teachers are doing. Children are also unlearning, learning, and new learning is happening, and they are also doing lot of hard work. And the third stakeholder, the parent, it's a learning for parents nowadays. It's a test. It actually testing the patience of the parents, because having the child the whole day, when the school is going normal, if the child stays for 2 days, weekends, one day will be nice for parents, and the second day they get restless, because children make them restless. They cannot manage complete day. Now this is the testing time for parents. I feel personally, and many of the parents are communicating, when does the school reopen? Everybody is waiting, mostly parents, and then teachers, students. They are all waiting for the normal situation to come, but we are all hoping for the normal situation to come in a month or two. As per the central government, this thing, we are going to have higher classes, colleges by September probably. By November, first week or second week, November 14th, they have given a date that 9th and 10th class students also can join, and pre-primary, primary students somewhere end of the year. But the challenging is for parents to handle the children at home. The online classes have come for rescue, actually, for two reasons. One is engaging the students positively, at least 2 hours in a day, and the teachers are giving some preparation, assignments, and some activities, and small projects which children can do on their own with the support of the teachers and the guidance of the teachers. So this is happening for the past 3 months at various levels. Some governments, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana governments, were little bit liberal, and when it comes to Karnataka, compulsorily the state government norms to be followed if you are giving online classes. Till August, 1st of August, we did not get a permission to conduct online classes for pre-primary, primary, and up to 5th, grade 5. 6th and above, the children were given permission to have online classes for 2 hours. In these 2 hours, with some restriction in between, some gap is given, 20 minutes, 15 minutes gap, and 2 subjects per day, teachers are trying to teach them the basics. Why I say the online classes are very important, because education cannot stop. During COVID, what did it stop? The movement of the public from home to the road to the offices, it stopped. Nothing else stopped, including the learning. But it is happening online. Some parents have a negative feeling. I don't say it negative feeling, means unaccepted. They are not ready to take online classes, which is personally and as an educationist, I feel it's a wrong perception. It's a wrong notion that we will not allow our children to join the online classes till normal situation comes. See, my words, I request the parents to take it to their heart. The parents' concern is the screening time is more. 2 hours, in these 2 hours, 40 minutes class is taken and 20 minutes break is given. After that, again, another 40 minutes. The students are totally with either TV or with gadgets or mobiles. Tell a parent who is not giving a mobile to the child. Right from 1 year, we see lot of videos, WhatsApp videos. A child of 6 months, 8 months, when you stop the mobile, it's crying. The child is crying. So parents have more lenience to the parents to children in giving gadgets. because that's the only way they can engage the parents. Other than this, the parents, most of the parents, I don't say all parents, most of the parents are not ready to take away the gadgets from them, because alternative engaging the children is not happening. The school is supporting here in so many aspects by giving online education. There are two types in online education also. There are two types, synchronized and asynchronized. In synchronized education, online education, the teacher and the child is at the same time, like how we are doing now, simultaneously, same time it is happening. It's a particular 40 minutes or 30 minute session, and the child has to attend, join in online and then take the session. In the asynchronized this thing, there is a period of time, teacher records and gives some information, and between a fixed time it should be taken. The child should attend a period of time, not exactly at 4:15. They can attend anywhere between any time between 4 to 5 or 4 to 6, because the teacher puts the online content there and the child can go through it. So now the second one, asynchronized, is not happening. Only synchronized online education is happening. Why this online education has come is, lot many area sectors are affected during COVID. As an educationist, I say, as a parents say that the most affected sector is learning and education. Business area is affected, including your your social life, social movement is affected. Not only business, not only education, and your scientific and technology is also disturbed. Your spirituality, that also you are not supposed, because of social gatherings. That also, your culture also got disturbed. But nothing has moved away from us, and we didn't move away from it. We are finding ways to get into our routine. So only thing is, initially it was difficult to digest, and now in this 5 months of time, almost, see, with lot of precaution, almost everything has come to normalize, except the child going to school and the parents going to office. Everybody working from home, 90%, 80% of them are working from home. It's a good note that online education is to be followed. When the whole world is doing, all the schools around the world are able to do, why we are not able to do? Why India is not able to do? India wants to be superpower, and the educational reforms are on par with that. Then why we are not able to do it? It's a support from parents, from the school education managements of the education institution. We will be able to do anything. In the online education, teachers are trying to teach innovatively. It's a good sign, actually. Like when the teacher is teaching in the class, the routine way of teaching is done. Even those schools also, those who are not into technology integration also, now they are doing innovatively, because they have to cater to the needs of the students, and they are connected to the parents also. Parents should support the children in taking these classes. And good thing is, when normal classes are going on, parents are not aware how it is going on. Now it is the school is at home, the campus is at home. At the beginning, we are doing some presentation, some videos, some content, e-learning content we are giving. Using that, child is referring some information online, and resources in the form of e-books, e-content, some small activities, projects. All these children are able to do with the teacher's support behind the screen. Actually, teacher is on the screen, but she is somewhere at home, either at home or in the school. She's not physically, virtual teacher is seen. Yeah, they are interacting with teachers, they are interacting with the peers, chatting is happening, whether you take any platform, whether it is a Google Meet or Zoom, whatever it may be, children are able to see the teacher, interact with the teacher, and teachers are um, actually conducting tests also. Assignments are also happening. So what is actually missing is the warmth, the physical interaction with teacher. That is missing. When the normal situations come, automatically teachers they are waiting for the children to come to the campus, and the children are also eagerly waiting for the meeting of the teachers and the students. The best ways, the best strategies we can follow or improve in our online teaching is, apart from showing the basic PowerPoint presentations of the content of that day, and then some videos which are connected to the concept. Small activities also they are doing. Because of time constraint, the teachers are giving them some home assignments. These home assignments in the form of offline, they are offline worksheets they are doing, and then some interactive sessions like group discussions are happening. So these things that the parents are able to see and see how much the child is able to participate. If it is happening in the class, they don't know whether the child is doing it or not. Mostly once in a month or maximum twice in a term, the parents will be going to the campus and asking the teacher. Your time slot in the PTMs will be given 5 to 10 minutes for each teacher nowadays. Instead of having all parents at a time, and the teachers are giving, schools are giving slots. In that 5 to 10 minute slot, the teacher has to speak to you. Here, every day you are watching the teacher's inputs and how the output of your child you are watching, and the concentration level, attention level. If you observe your child is able to take it or not, every day, every session, once the session is over, in case of a higher class students, we are not allowing the parents to sit with them, but up to grade 1 or 2 pre-primary level, parents are supporting. The children, almost at every 5 minute, parent is able to assess whether the child is grasping what is his problem. Once the class is over, what did you understand? What did your teacher do, give you? What is the assignment? All these things, feedback immediately in more than the teacher parent is taking. So very periodically, frequently, apart from these regular these things, teachers are conducting quiz online. Children are exposed to online quiz, which is not happening in the schools. If you compare at school, at home, certain things, because of the pandemic situation, we are not able to do. But more than that, so many activities are going on in the online education. They are presenting themselves. They are interacting with each other. And slots are given to children so that they present themselves for 5 minutes. There are children who are taking the assignment and making the PowerPoint presentation and explaining. So teachers are giving them chance to explain. In a 40 minutes period, one day, if you are not teaching, teacher is not teaching in a week, one day. Children are taking sessions and teacher is giving inputs, how to prepare the PPT, and the PPTs will be forwarded to the teachers. They are checking them and then guiding them. So in this process, children are equipping themselves to technology, presentation skills are improving, their communication is improving, and all these strategies are new to them, which some of them they are doing in the school, The parents are not aware, but children are doing it now in front of parents. The school has come to you. See, when school comes to you, you are much more lucky. When the children are going to school, if you feel a lot of learning is happening, when the children are not going to school, much more is happening. So much more happy. Only thing is the teacher, the parents are not able to uh, handle the students throughout the day. So for this, we should have some, I'm sorry, just a minute. Parents are very much disturbed, sometimes get irritated because they are not able to engage the parents. So the schools are giving orientations to parents, parent involvement activities they are doing online. So they can support, and there are schools who are doing parent involvement activities. Some parent teachers are there. These teachers and some mothers who are teachers in other schools, they are also conducting, having a group of students, her child's friends forming a group, and if she's a geography teacher or social teacher, if they have some doubts, no, they are forming, now Zoom has given a free platform, and Google also giving a lot of tools, learning tools. All these things are helping both the children, teachers, and the parents to develop, to improve, and much more learning is happening, I feel, through online education. Next, how to handle the children. See, you give a slot for children. Anyway, school is engaging you 2 hours per day. And lucky people of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are lucky that 5 days they are allowed. Grade 1 onwards, they are allowed for 5 days to take the classes. But in some states, there is a lot of restriction. So if on the whole, the students of parents of Telangana are lucky. Every day they have 2 hours. Teachers are engaging you for 2 hours daily, and another 2 hours of some assignment, written, reading, or some project making, presentation, and then Google research they are doing. So many things that they are doing in the absence of teachers, or in the absence of a campus. The campus is moving to you and giving you a lot of resources to educate your children. I request the parents to be positive, to have little bit patience with your children. Everybody, even the children are also getting irritated. They are becoming impatient, and only 2 hours they'll be patient. That is during the online class happening with their teacher. Another 2 hours of work we are giving them homework, assignments. So parents also can involve in doing some art education, some music classes, and in the next step, first step, the teachers have done their part, and in the second step, improvements are happening in the form of adding co-scholastic skills also. And games, physical games, they cannot do it, but virtual games means, I don't mean your online games with your children love to do with gadgets. There are many brain teasers, memory improving games. All these resources your teachers are giving. So I request the parents to be in line with the online education, right? In online education, we have pre-recorded video lectures, which teachers are already doing, and electronic books, e-books we are giving, and social media outlets. There are many social media outlets. Video conferences are happening. Virtual classrooms in the form of learning management systems are happening. All these, are we aware? Are we exposed to all these things previously? Lot of learning is happening to parents, to students, and above all, teachers are working a lot hard to do this. And so when it comes to social media outlets, your Facebook, many learning platforms are there in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Snapchat. All these are the children now, they are aware because teachers are referring to these things and giving resources through all these things. And when it comes to the platforms, now the children, they know more platforms than, more apps than the parents. Already they know it, but now much more educational platforms and apps. They know what is Zoom, Skype, Messenger, and Google Meet, and they know Cisco WebEx. So all these things which they will be knowing when they go to engineering or graduation level, they know it. But now these children, they know it. So virtual classroom learning management system, the schools are upgrading. Almost all the schools have adopted some platform, virtual learning management systems, and that they are Google Classrooms, Schooloos, or Moodle, different. All these things, children are able to learn and do and get some benefit out of it. In education, in this pandemic situation, new normal education, new normal school education, a new word has come, that is blended learning, which was not happening in normal schooling. This blended learning is some online and offline, and a part is both online and offline. That is called blended learning. Is it happening or not? It's happening. Offline is happening, online is happening, and then some uh, uh, blended parties both together is happening. When it is blended education, face to face and non face to face, it is happening. See, in offline, what is happening? Students will have printed materials, they have books, they have modules, they have worksheets. All these are being sent to the student through from school. And in online, the teacher is giving pre-recorded videos, lectures, all these, what I said, mentioned social media outlets, all these are happening. So it's the best time, it's the best time how to utilize this during this pandemic situation. Students are not required to go to school regularly. See, once the school is reopened, with lot of precautions. Imagine, dear parents, since most of the parents are attending along with children, please don't be very eager to go to school. You know what happened in America? The moment that the schools are open, 97,000 students got positive corona in 1 week. So don't be in a hurry to send the children to school. As much as they can learn, let them learn. When they come to normal school, whatever additional things are to be happen, they will happen. Schools should observe social distancing, security, sanitation part. Is it possible social distancing in school, in buses? It's not that easy unless the virus effect has come down and some sort of precautionary measures are improved. They have to go with masks, they have to go with social distancing. And in spite of all these things, we are not sure that we are safe in sending to schools. So in this online education, there are challenges. What are the challenges? In the online education, main is internet access, usage of gadgets and devices, and how to use these gadgets and how to take this online education, some ICT skills. Now, initially, teachers were not having that much ICT knowledge. Only the computer teacher knows, and other teachers, they know some basic skills. But now every teacher is equipped with all these ICT skills. Along with the teachers, children are also doing it. And the parents are also able to come to know all these things. So, regarding usage of, availability of internet and then gadgets availability, that's the challenge. When you take it offline resources, what is the challenge? Availability of materials and students' readiness. Once the teacher motivates the children to prepare for, get ready for online classes, and the parents support, that shouldn't be a problem. And when it comes to social skills and values, this is a good time for parents to spend some positive time with the children. This time they will not get in future in their life. The entire, whether it is office going people or school going children, this time, this productive time they will not get in their future. Reading part, I think from parent side, I would request, I would suggest that let them read half an hour minimum, something about the culture, about the values and all these things. Sometimes you may not be having time to teach them, but give some resources so that they would spend some time and they would discuss what they learn. Suppose today if they learn about some hero, historical figure, legends in the history, or cultural legends, let them read and discuss which points they like, which they were like, what are the motivation, encouraging points from their life histories they take. If you discuss with them, children will definitely understand and try to take it to heart. Taking it to head, taking it to heart, and finally they will try to put it into practice. That's why these three H, head, give the information to head, let the second H, heart, feels, and then they put it into practice. That is their implementation. So I request the parents to have a reading corner for children. It need not be that you don't have so many storybooks and all. If you don't have storybooks and all, are you not going to grocery shop to buy something? Are you not going to vegetable market to buy something? So find a way to get something. Till that you have e-libraries, e-learning resources are so many. If you take a printout, select some certain things, or you request the teachers to give. Those who have no resources like that, you request the teachers, they are ready to help you. Take a printout and let the child do it. Lot of reading should happen, which would improve their vocabulary. That from the parent side, they can take it. So many innovative platforms are coming, still they are coming up. Many learning technologies, learning methodologies, teachers are inventing now. Now, in the class, in the regular school, whatever lesson they plan, they teach, they write on the board, and then they show some video somewhere, kind of thing. That's over. But now, same thing they cannot do online. So they are exploring lot of resources and giving children lot many ideas. I request the parent to support the schools, to support the children, and be a part of the child's learning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Ramaiah. And I'm really very honored. This was only a little tip of the iceberg, I would really say. I'm sure you have a lot of things to say about this education sector, and your talk actually reflects the treasure that you have collected all these 40 years. And though this is the first time the world is experiencing such a challenge in the education system, yet I noticed that you have lots of options for parents, for management, for teachers, and we are very highly humbled by your content, May Allah bless you with immense happiness and all the good things that a person requires in this world and the hereafter also. Our next speaker of the day, P.N. Santosh, Janab Santosh Sahab, आपका welcome है. I welcome you. And संतोष साहब का इंट्रोडक्शन बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंट्रोडक्शन है और आई एम मीटिंग हिम फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. I'm very happy to meet him. He's a general manager of sales and operations, Tata Class Edge. Now, this is about unboxing technology and embracing the change, because we don't know how many years and how many months Corona is going to make us do homeschooling. As Dr. Amaya said, that we have to adapt to the changes. Now, what are the technological changes? I hand over the mic to Janab P. and Santosh Sahab to enlighten us with the latest trends in technology, which can be useful in education as it is useful for corporate. Over to you.
Thank you,
welcome.
Thank you very much for that. And I would also like to thank the IPS International School for conducting this, because this brings in enrichment both at the parents level, as well as the students get an understanding of what's happening around, right? They also get to know what are we looking at in terms of learning in the near future. I had been hearing Raya ma'am for quite a long time now. What I would do is I would focus on three aspects. And those three aspects are based on a conclusive research and survey that was conducted by our organization to understand what are the scenarios that we would have in terms of the schools and the learning environment. So the first thing that we wanted to understand is the school really involved in an online teaching mode? So largely, I'll give you a percentage. About 60% to 67% of schools said that they are very much involved in online teaching from the day the pandemic started and the academic year was announced as beginning. Two, we looked at, as Madam was referring to, a very techno-savvy word called blended learning. So how many schools actually have an integration of an online that happens live and offline where certain resources are sent to students? The third scenario that we were looking at is, in case the schools open up, taking into all the safety measures, how do the schools run? Do we have sufficient infrastructure in school to support a class being split into probably 20 students into each classroom, conduct classes? Do the schools really have that many teachers? So based on the survey and research, we identified what is the requirement in terms of technology. So let me just play a small video. Probably Nisa sir would be able to identify. I'm just sharing a small clip to help us understand what does change actually mean. So if anybody from the panel could also have a look at it and let us know what it's all about. Hope I'm able to show my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, Santosh Sahab. We can see your screen.
So this is a small test which is generally put to use to help people understand what does change actually mean. So I'm just playing this popular clip for all of you. So just have an observation and did anybody observe what was the change that was happening? Fine. For the benefit of everybody of us, I'll just play the concluding part of it. Fine. Thank you very much for having a look at what was being tried to put across. So the point I'm trying to make through that is this change was always coming. Technology was always an education system. Now, if I'm looking at certain facts and figures, the investment in technology was around $19 billion till 2019. And the investment was supposed to be increasing to 350 billion by 2025. So to say that this has something that suddenly come in, the technology coming into education, we would be probably in a wrong world. So technology was always there. However, the importance of technology was further reiterated when the pandemic actually happened. And the people who actually believed it's fine if I still have a traditional teaching system, right? I would survive in the education system and the teacher-student learning would coexist, had to take a hit because suddenly when the physical presence of a teacher went from the classroom, they were disillusioned. So what technology started contributing during the pandemic, as my earlier speaker was putting across, is enable teachers with those skills which are required to actually conduct an online classroom. Now, I have been put to speak about unboxing and change. Let me be very straightforward. This unboxing of technology and this change is not for the student, because the student was already born in a technological era. So this was not meant for him. This was meant for a parent who had to accept now technology will be part of his classroom. The classroom will come to his home and he'll be very much part of the student learning process. This technology was meant for the teacher. This unboxing is for the teacher who till then believed there is a smart class in my school, right? But I'm more comfortable using a blackboard. So that teacher some way was enforced to start using certain technologically advanced devices. So what would we arrive when we say technology? How does that support? Now to conduct an online class, you require a platform. So there are various platforms currently available. Each platform has its own advantage based on what it is brought in. But what is more important for a teacher while using a platform is it's not the understanding of the platform. Using that platform, still the teacher has to conduct a classroom with the same interest that she in a classroom scenario, in the physical presence. So how do I get the attention of the student? Now it's very much important. Today, if we look at this particular screen, I have 3 guest speakers, honorable speakers, whose videos are not on. So I'm not sure what is happening at the background. So can I look at each and every student, 40 screens, observe what each student is doing? So how do I actually do this? So this is the support a teacher requires. She does not require a support in switching on where the video is, but she's to be made understand that it's not necessary to look at 40 students, but in a class you have those 10 students who might be a challenging part to you. So only their videos needs to be seen. So this is what we drive when we talk about ICT training to teachers. The second part that comes in for a teacher and for a parent. Today, a teacher is not teaching to a student, which would have been in a physical scenario, where a parent might have been involved in a discussion with a teacher once in a year or twice in a year. And we all know, let all parents put their hand to heart and ask themselves how many PTMs they would have attended, right? There are very rare situations where probably the father, mother, both go check what is happening in the school, how the student is performing, right? So today what has happened is the classroom has come to the home. So now the parent is also involved looking at, okay, this is the English teacher who teaches, this is where my student is not good, and the parent starts involving. Now, how does a teacher counter this situation? This is something that becomes a challenge. And this is the skill that needs to be passed on to a teacher. Does the teacher take that call of that parent? Because now 40 students are there in the class and there is one parent who is asking a question parallelly to the teacher, which wouldn't have happened in a school environment. 3, for a teacher, it's also important not just to use a mic and speak, but a teacher should also know when to ask the right question, whom to ask the questions, right? How to observe what is the teaching learning pattern that is happening in the online scenario. So a teacher should understand which are the students to whom she has to ask questions. She has to do the same planning that she would have done when she is not using technology. So technology has not overridden the physical classroom scenario, but it is coexisting with the physical classroom scenario. Only thing is you don't have any more desks and benches, right? And you're seeing people over a screen rather than the physical presence. The second derivative that we found out in terms of scenarios where in case this prolongs, right, what is the stand a parent has to take? And it's very well put across by Raya ma'am also. It's very important students are engaged in the learning process, right? Students have to continue the learning process. The reason being, we cannot have breaks in the learning process for a student because his mind is growing. This is the stage when he has to get maximum information, right? And this is the time when he can acquire maximum knowledge. This is the time when he can relax and learn. This pressure of a physical classroom presence is no more there on the student, right? So the biggest advantage that technology today is giving to a student is he can learn at a pace, right? Today, one teacher, when I interacted yesterday, we were doing a training and a teacher told me that a student who was afraid to ask questions in a physical classroom was not afraid to ask questions when an online class was going on, because now he does not see the other students sitting besides him who might have laughed at him asking questions to a teacher, right? So his afraidness, his getting frightened, what will the other student think if I ask this, is no more there. So today students are more open to ask questions. And all this has purely happened because the technology came as a saver in the time of the pandemic situation. The third part that the scenarios brought in is, can I still continue to have an assessment of students? Is it really important to assess students? If we are looking at long-term process, and as Madam also put across, what has happened in America when the schools got opened. In fact, I was reading an article by the World Bank, which said schools opened in Israel, and within 15 days of time, one of the teacher unfortunately had the infection, and 90 odd students got infected, and suddenly they had to close down the schools. So if we are looking at the vaccination not coming in near future, then we have to coexist with COVID. And this online classes, virtual classes, or the so-called blended learning would continue. And we cannot leave students at the mercy of spending their time in front of television and not learn anything. Alternatively, have few sessions aligned for them, have the learning process continue in whatever equipments they are using it. Today's students can use mobiles. In fact, students are far more equipped, right? My son, who is 10 years old, tells me that these are the apps that are available on a mobile, which I'm not aware of. So on their front, they're well aware of technology, right? Only thing is, can we, through our judgment, control that time that he shares on screen? Right? So that's the reason why we had institutions like the medical forum coming and prescribing 40 minutes time, have 3 sessions. So they have done their bit of research and they have concluded saying 4 classes for the senior children, 3 classes, shared videos for pre-primary is very much in the process of continuing the education process using technology to students. So what did organizations across the world do to support education system? We have science maths teachers who have been struggling because they are used to write on blackboards. So today you have digital writing pads made available, right? And in fact, all the companies have understood there's a cost factor to it, right? So all prices of such equipment have actually gone down because even companies like ours, which is Tata Classes, knows the finance is going to be tight, right? So I have to manufacture something. I have to give something to institution which is cost effective, right? So there are lots of options available. There are various online resources available that can be used by teachers. So this is what the technology is providing. Now, I would just take to summarize 3 points at all the three parts of a triangle, which actually holds the education system: the teachers, the parents, and the school. And when I say school, the school and the school management. So the first one, to the students, what is the priority that the student should have? The student should be systematic. He should attend the class as he is attending any other class, right? He should be organized, right? He should not sleep and attend the class, right? Like we also get complaints when our platform is used by schools, the student is sleeping and attending the class online. So he has to still maintain the same discipline as he has been doing, right? Irrespective of the reason he does technology, so people won't see him. And that is where we have certain control mechanisms in our platform, which helps the teacher identify how is he attending the class. There are software which tells you easy browsing Google. The moment you go to Google, the teacher will get a notice that the student has gone out of your browser, right? So this is what the technology is helping the student. And this is what the student should do. So he should still maintain the same discipline. He should attend the online class as religiously he was doing when the physical classroom was there. On the teacher front, a teacher is not supposed to isolate herself from the way she is doing online. I have teachers who are as aged as 56, 60 years who are conducting online class, right? Their husbands, their children are coming and supporting them to conduct it, right? So if you're looking at, we all as a society are trying to support one of the key entities in the education system, which is a teacher, right? The teacher has only relearn what she already knew, right? Unlearn probably what she was practicing all these days, right? And execute the class. In terms of the management and the school, they have to look at it as a total ecosystem and create a balance. And the balance is created by communicating it to the parents. What is the benefit a student is going to get through the online system? What is the minimum technology that they have to invest, right? And great investment. Today, there are platforms where you can send a video and the student can look at the content of teaching of the teacher anytime when the parent is available at home, right? So the parent has to also contribute in a sense by encouraging their students ki though school is closed, it does not mean the learning has stopped. And that is the primary reason, like today IPS is conducting this webinar. In fact, you can go to the same Facebook, you'll find a webinar series called Learning Must Go On. That is what we have been trying to educate people on. Pandemic should not stop the learning process, right? And I'll take this forum to invite everybody who is watching this to attend one of those sessions, right? Which will help you understand what we can do as a parent, what we can do as an institution, what can we do as a student to ensure the learning is going on. So that's all from my end, Nisar sir, right? Anything you can please take it at the end of the session in terms of Q&As.
Thank you very much, P.N. Santosh Saab. Really, there was something very new to learn today from you with regards to technology and what's going on in the classroom and what's going on in the corporate, how to blend the classes. And it was exactly quite parallel to what Mrs. Raya was speaking about. What she spoke about education and you merged it with technology. And I will have some questions for you once the speakers are over. For both of you, I have some exciting questions. To throw some more light on what you said. By now, the third speaker is none other than our prominent scholar from Medina University. He's a graduate from Medina University and has an experience of managing Muslim schools for the past 20 years. Yes, and this is an achievement because normally we have an impression that madrasas don't teach other things. And Sheikh Rafiq Madani is our beloved friend, my personal friend, and he's my teacher also. And he has been not only in managing the school, but also a graduate from Medina University, which is considered to be the highest level of university in the Muslim world. So without taking much of the time, I would straight away hand over the mic to Sheikh Rafiq Madani, who's also the director of Islamic Studies in IPS International Group of Schools. And his topic is importance of time. Over to you, Sheikh Rafiq साहब. आप उर्दू में हमें गुफ्तगू हमारे साथ कर सकते हैं.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and a very good evening to all of you. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'd. आज के शाम मुझे जिस टॉपिक पर बात करनी है वो है वक्त की अहमियत, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ टाइम. मैं अपनी स्पीच शुरू करने से पहले अगर मेरे सामने ऑडियंस होती तो मैं सवाल करता कि दुनिया की सबसे महंगी तरीन चीज़, मोस्ट प्रेशियस और कॉस्टली चीज़ क्या है. अगर ये सवाल मैं एक ऑडियंस से करूं तो कुछ लोग जवाब देंगे सोना है, गोल्ड है, कुछ कहेंगे हीरा है, डायमंड है. बहरहाल मुख्तलिफ जवाबात होंगे. माँ कहेगी मेरे लिए सबसे महंगी चीज़ मेरी औलाद है, औलाद कहेंगे हमारे माँ बाप हैं. बहरहाल डिफरेंट आंसर आएंगे, लेकिन सही आंसर अगर देखा जाए तो दुनिया की सबसे महंगी तरीन चीज़, बल्कि प्राइसलेस हम कह सकते हैं, जिसकी कोई कीमत नहीं है, जिसे हम खरीद नहीं सकते हैं और ना हम जिसे बेच सकते हैं, ना खरीद सकते हैं और ना बेच सकते हैं, वो क्या है? वो है वक्त, टाइम. अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो आप सोना खरीद सकते हैं. अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो आप डायमंड खरीद सकते हैं. अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो आप अपने माँ बाप को लव कर सकते हैं, मोहब्बत कर सकते हैं, उन्हें हक कर सकते हैं. टाइम एक ऐसी चीज है जिसे आप खरीद नहीं सकते हैं, और टाइम एक ऐसी चीज है जिसे आप बेच भी नहीं सकते हैं. आप कहें कि मेरी उम्र 70 ईयर होगी, शायद मैं 70 ईयर्स में से 20 ईयर्स आपको बेच देता हूँ. वाइफ अपने हस्बैंड से कहे कि यू आर माय बेस्ट हाफ, मैं अपनी जिंदगी का 20 ईयर्स आपको गिफ्ट कर देती हूँ, या मैं आपको बेच देती हूँ, या आपको दे देती हूँ. इट इज पॉसिबल? नो, ये नामुमकिन है. वक्त की अहमियत जो मैंने आज टॉपिक लिया, ये बताने के लिए कि आज के इस लॉकडाउन में जो हमारा वक्त है, ये वक्त फिर दोबारा कभी आने वाला नहीं है, कभी आने वाला नहीं है. आपकी जिंदगी में दोबारा कभी ऐसा लॉकडाउन नहीं होगा. इतना फ्री टाइम आपको नहीं मिलेगा, इतना स्पेयर टाइम आपको नहीं मिलेगा. और आप अपने दादी दादा से, नानी नाना से, ग्रैंड पेरेंट से, जो हो गए ग्रैंड से पूछेंगे कि क्या आपकी जिंदगी में ऐसा वक्त कभी आया था? सबका आंसर है नो. तो ये वक्त जो है आज जो हम जाये कर रहे हैं, वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, जो इतना कीमती है, जो कभी आने वाला नहीं है, तो इसी की अहमियत बताने के लिए मैं कुछ बातें 5 से 10 मिनट आपका लूंगा. तो मैंने बताया कि वक्त को ना खरीदा जा सकता है, ना बेचा जा सकता है. एक सेकंड भी जो है आगे इंसान नहीं जा सकता है, ना पीछे जा सकता है. और आप देखेंगे कि दुनिया की, वर्ल्ड की सारी जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, सारे जो है सैयारात है, गैलेक्सी है, सन है, मून है, डे नाइट है, सब जो है टाइम के पाबंद है. एग्जैक्ट टाइम पर जो है सनसेट होता है, एग्जैक्ट टाइम पर जो है सनराइज होता है. मून जो है एग्जैक्ट टाइम पर राइज होता है, एग्जैक्ट टाइम पर सेट होता है। और ये बड़ा अजीब जो है कॉमेडी है, चुटकुला है, लतीफा कह सकते हैं कि जब हम किसी से सवाल करते हैं जरा मुझे थोड़ा टाइम देंगे, आपसे बात करनी है, तो कहेंगे मैं बिजी हूं, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है। और देखा जाए तो दुनिया में हर इंसान के पास टाइम है, लेकिन जब सवाल किया जाएगा तो वो कहेगा मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है। शौहर को, हस्बैंड को वाइफ से कंप्लेन है कि वाइफ जो है अपने हस्बैंड को टाइम नहीं देती है, और वाइफ को शिकायत है, कंप्लेन है अपने हस्बैंड से कि मेरा हस्बैंड मुझे टाइम नहीं देता है। बाप के पास बेटे के लिए टाइम नहीं है, बेटे के पास बाप के लिए टाइम नहीं है, माँ के लिए बेटे के पास टाइम नहीं, बेटे के लिए माँ के पास टाइम नहीं। लेकिन बड़ी हंसी की बात है, हंसने की बात है कि हर एक के पास टाइम है, लेकिन टाइम का सही यूज, सही इस्तेमाल कोई नहीं कर रहा है। अब देखेंगे हमारे अक्सर लोग है टाइम का बहुत ही गलत बेजा इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो ये टाइम की वैल्यू जो है इन जनरल थी। इस्लामिक पर्सपेक्टिव से मैं बताऊं कि मजहब इस्लाम में, इस्लामिक रिलीजन में टाइम को बड़ी वैल्यू दी गई है, बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंस दी गई है। जो मजहब इस्लाम की बुक है कुरान, और कुरान में अल्लाह तबारक व तआला ने हर टाइम की कसम खाई है। टाइम जो दिन और रात पर मुश्तमिल होता कंटेंट, दिन या रात, कसम खाई वल्लैलि इज़ा यग़शा वन्नहारि इज़ा तजल्ला। फिर दिन के मुख्तलिफ औकात, डिफरेंट टाइम जो है, दोपहर का वक्त है, चाश का वक्त है, असर का वक्त है, फजर का वक्त है, उसकी कसम खाई। वो दुहा, चाश के वक्त की, लेट नून जिसे कहा जाता है। फजर की कसम खाई, वल फज्र व लयालिन अश्र। असर के टाइम की कसम खाई जो है इवनिंग की, वल असर इन्नल इंसान लफी खुस्र। तो इस तरह अल्लाह तबारक व तआला ने इंसान को वक्त की इंपॉर्टेंस बताने के लिए वक्त के अलग अलग जो है सेक्शन की कसम खाई, और कसम इंसान किसी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज की खाता है। इसी तरह इस्लाम के जो भी इबादत हैं, जो भी रिलीजियस रिचुअल्स हैं, वो सारे जो है टाइम के पाबंद है, टाइम से जो है मिले हुए हैं। आप जो है जोहर की नमाज जोहर के वक्त भी पढ़ेंगे, जोहर से पहले नहीं पढ़ सकते, जोहर के बाद नहीं पढ़ सकते हैं। तो सारे रिचुअल्स भी टाइम से जो है कनेक्टेड है, टाइम से मिले हुए हैं। और एक बड़ी प्यारी सेइंग आती है हमारे प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की, अल्लाह के नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की। आप फरमाते हैं नेमतानी मगबूनुन फिहा कसीरुम मिनन नास अस्सिहत वल फराग। इंसान के पास दो ब्लेसिंग, दो नेमतें ऐसी हैं जिसमें अक्सर लोग जो है धोखा खाए हुए हैं, समझते नहीं, उसकी वैल्यू नहीं समझते हैं। एक ऐसे हेल्थ, और दूसरा है अल-फराग, स्पेयर टाइम। जब इंसान के पास सेहत होती है तो उसे जो है उसकी वैल्यू दे देता है। जब बीमार होता है तो कहता है कि मैं बचपन से अगर जो है डाइट मेंटेन किया होता तो मुझे शुगर नहीं होती। बीपी हो जाता है तो कहते हैं जो हम शुरू से अगर एहतियात किए होते तो हमें बीपी नहीं होती। तो एक है हेल्थ, हेल्थ के ताल्लुक से भी लोग अक्सर जो धोखे में रहते हैं उसको जो है वैल्यू नहीं देते। दूसरी चीज है अल-फराग, स्पेयर टाइम। आज हमारा जो टाइम ज़ाय होता है अक्सर और बेशतर जो है मोबाइल पर, सोशल मीडिया पर, चैट्स पर, व्हाट्सएप पर, और जो दीगर सोशल मीडिया वेबसाइट्स हैं उस पर हम अपना पूरा का पूरा वक्त ज़ाय कर देते हैं। यहाँ तक कि एक घर में 10 लोग बैठे होंगे, किसी को किसी से बात करने के लिए टाइम नहीं है। फेसबुक पर किसी के जो है हजारों फ्रेंड्स हैं, लेकिन रियल लाइफ में उसके दोस्त ना होने के बराबर है। 2-4 दोस्त ही होंगे। तो दो ब्लेसिंग अल्लाह की ऐसी है जिसके ताल्लुक से हमें जो है एहतियात करना चाहिए, सोचना चाहिए, उसको वेस्ट करने से बचना चाहिए। एक है हेल्थ और है दूसरा स्पेयर टाइम। इसी तरह एक दूसरी प्यारी हदीस जिसमें अल्लाह के नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि 5 चीजों के आने से पहले गनीमत जानो। उसमें से एक चीज है कि वह फराग का कबला शुगलिक। 5 चीजें हैं। पहली चीज है शबाब कबला हरामिक, अपनी जवानी को बुढ़ापे से पहले, वो सेहत का कबला सुकमिक, और अपनी हेल्थ को बीमारी से पहले, वह गिना का कबला फक्रिक, और अपनी मालदारी को, वेल्थ को गरीब होने से पहले, वह फराग का कबला शुगलिक, और अपने स्पेयर टाइम को मशगूल होने से पहले, वह हयात का कबला मौतिक, और अपनी जिंदगी को मरने से पहले गनीमत जानो। ये 5 चीजों को गनीमत कहा गया है, यानी इसकी वैल्यू हमें करना चाहिए। और खुसूसन आज के इस लॉकडाउन में हम देखें कि हमारे पास बच्चों को स्कूल जाने का जो टाइम है वो बच जा रहा है। माँ बाप को बच्चों को स्कूल ड्रॉप करना है, पिक करना है, लेने जाना है, छोड़ने जाना, वो टाइम बच रहा है। ऑफिस वालों को ऑफिस नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है, कैंपस एट होम हो गया। अभी कैंपस एट होम ही नहीं बल्कि कंपनी एट होम हो गया है। यहाँ तक कि अब हॉस्पिटल भी एट होम हो गया। लोग जो है घर की विजिट करके भी जो है क्वारंटाइन कर रहे हैं, आइसोलेशन कर रहे हैं, घर में डॉक्टर आ रहे हैं, यानी हर चीज आपके जो है घर पर आ जा रही है और आपका पूरा का पूरा टाइम बच रहा है। तो स्कूल से रिलेट करते हुए मैं पेरेंट को मैं ये मैसेज देकर अपनी बात खत्म करूंगा कि आपको स्कूल ना भेजकर जो टाइम बच रहा है, उस टाइम को आप अपने बच्चों के लिए जो इस्तेमाल करें अच्छी प्लानिंग के साथ। तकरीबन आपका डेली का मिनिमम 1 आवर और मैक्सिमम 2 आवर्स आपका बच रहा है बच्चों के पिक एंड ड्रॉप की वजह से, या इसी तरह स्पेयर टाइम जो स्कूल में लंच का टाइम होता है उसमें बच्चे जो है वक्त ज़ाया करते हैं, जो है और ब्रेक टाइम होता है जिसमें वक्त ज़ाया करते हैं। यहाँ तो टीचर आपके घर में आकर पढ़ाती है तो आपका पूरा वक्त जो है बचता है। आपका बच्चा पढ़ते पढ़ते नाश्ता भी कर सकता है, पढ़ते पढ़ते बच्चे जो है चाय नोश भी कर सकते हैं। तो इतना आपका वक्त जो सेव हो रहा है, बच रहा है, तो उस बचे हुए टाइम को सही मसरफ में सही उसका यूज करेंगे तो आप उस टाइम के जो है सही बेनिफिट हासिल करेंगे। बहुत सारी बातें कहने की हैं, लेकिन चूंकि अभी एक स्पीकर और बाकी है और वो मेहमान स्पीकर हैं, तो इंशाअल्लाह अजीज मैं आपका ज़्यादा वक्त ना लेकर मैं हमारे हाउस से दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि दूसरे स्पीकर को टाइम दें कि मैं इम्पोर्टेंस टाइम पर ही तकरीर कर रहा हूँ। तो मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा टाइम का लिहाज करना चाहिए कि लोगों के टाइम को मैं ना यूज कर लूँ। जज़ाकुमुल्लाह खैर। वस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू।
जज़ाकल्लाह खैरन शेख रफ़ीक साहब, और शायद संतोष साहब और डॉक्टर रया को पहली बार तजुर्बा हुआ हमारे शेख रफ़ीक की बातों से, एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू शेख रफ़ीक। काफ़ी आपने वक्त की जो अहमियत बताई कि भैया लौट कर आ नहीं सकता है, वक्त खरीद नहीं सकते, वक्त ट्रांसफ़र नहीं कर सकते एक दूसरे के अकाउंट में। हमारे इस वक्त को ज़ाया न करते हुए हम हमारे दूसरे मुकर्रिर ज़ैद पटेल, मेरे कलीग और मेरे साथी, मेरे पड़ोसी बम्बई के मेरे दोस्त तो उनका टॉपिक है गैजेट, किस तरह से मतलब इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए वक्त का। ज़ैद पटेल आई प्लस चैनल के फाउंडर हैं। He's been running an iPlus channel for social and welfare and religious propagation, which is quite good and getting quite popular now. आज का उनका टॉपिक है हाउ टू एंगेज योर किड्स इन डिजिटल लर्निंग। डिजिटल लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ी मार्केट है, बहुत बड़ी इंडस्ट्री है, बहुत बड़ी यूनिवर्स है। अब उसमें बच्चों को सब कुछ सीखना है, गेम्स भी सीखना है, ये भी सीखना है, सब कुछ सीखना है। आप किस तरह से इनके ऊपर एक पकड़ रखोगे, ग्रिप रखोगे कि वो वही सीखे जो सीखना जरूरी है, वक्त ज़ाया ना हो। इसलिए डायरेक्टली ज़ैद पटेल साहब आपका इस्तकबाल है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम रहमतुल्लाह। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वस्सलातु वस्सलाम अला रसूलिल्लाह व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन, अम्मा बाद। आई वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू। आप सबका मैं इस्तकबाल करता हूं इन दिस सेशन। जो टॉपिक मुझे दिया गया है, हाउ टू एंगेज योर किड्स इन डिजिटल लर्निंग। और ये भी रिक्वेस्ट मिली कि बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स एंड के साथ आई विल बी एबल टू कनेक्ट बेटर इफ आई स्पीक इन हिंदी, तो मैं हिंदी उर्दू में अपना सेशन कंटिन्यू करूंगा। मैं आपके सामने इस टॉपिक पर 8 पॉइंट्स रखना चाहता हूं अबाउट हाउ टू एंगेज आवर किड्स इन डिजिटल लर्निंग। बेसिकली बात यह है कि वी आर लिविंग इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड, और अनप्रिपेयर्ड तौर पर वी वर प्लंज्ड इनटू इट। नाउ वी हैव टू कोप अप, हमें ये सिचुएशन को कोप अप करना है, और हमारे लिए जरूरी है कि हम अडेप्ट करें। अब डिजिटल लर्निंग में जगह जगह की रिपोर्ट्स ये आ रही है, बच्चे एंगेज नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। एक ट्रांजिशन है ना, वो क्लासरूम टीचिंग थी, अब ऑल ऑफ अ सडन एक छोटे से मोबाइल जिसकी स्क्रीन साइज इतनी है, या फिर एक लैपटॉप या कंप्यूटर पे उतना है, टीचर उतनी है, एंड बाकी पूरी दुनिया ओपन पड़ी है, उसमें माइंड एंगेज करने के लिए ये स्क्रीन, उसमें उसे कैप्चर करना है वो बच्चे को। तो देयर इज अ बिग चैलेंज, बहुत बड़ी मुश्किल है ये। एंड वेरी सैडली मैं एक रियलिटी बताना चाहता हूँ जो मैंने असेस किया। मैं देख रहा हूँ कि इवन दो एम्बिशंस आर गुड, टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छी है हमारे हाथ में, देयर इज अ लॉट दैट कैन बी डन, लेकिन इन रियलिटी हम कितना अचीव कर पा रहे हैं इज नॉट वेरी एनकरेजिंग एज ऑफ टुडे। लेकिन हाँ, वी शुड ट्राई टू गियर अप, वी शुड, हमें इस चीज के लिए आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, ये कोई शक नहीं इस बात में। हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ग्रास रूट की रियलिटी ये है कि बहुत से पेरेंट्स ये कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं कि उनके चिल्ड्रन उतना कमिटेड नहीं है, और बच्चों का मामला ये है कि वो अपनी जिंदगी के प्रेशियस साल वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। और अगर हम लोग कोप अप नहीं किए, वी आर नॉट एबल टू डू समथिंग, तो फिर ये चीज के बहुत बुरे रिजल्ट है। ऑलरेडी अगर आप देखें कि लॉकडाउन के मंथ्स में बहुत सारा लॉस हो चुका है, और इसके अंदर हमें आने वाले दिनों में कुछ अच्छा करना बहुत जरूरी है, देन ओनली हमारे बच्चों के साल बचेंगे, ये वक्त बचेगा। जो वक्त की अहमियत आपने सुना, दैट टाइम इज जस्ट गोइंग बाय, वो टाइम बस जा रहा है। तो लेट्स स्टार्ट। मैं आपके सामने 8 पॉइंट्स रखना चाहता हूं। सबसे पहली बात, ये सारे डिजिटल लर्निंग इज ऑल्सो लर्निंग। तो जो लर्निंग के फंडामेंटल्स है वो सेम रहते हैं, और वो लर्निंग के फंडामेंटल्स में सबसे पहली बात, वो बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट कैप्चर करना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर हम बच्चे के इंटरेस्ट को नहीं कैप्चर करेंगे, तो विथ ऑल आवर टेक्नोलॉजी, विथ ऑल दिस, वी मे नॉट सक्सीड। तो बहुत जरूरी है हम उसके अंदर एक जेन्युइन इंटरेस्ट फॉर लर्निंग क्रिएट करें। जेन्युइनली वो बच्चे को फील होना चाहिए कि आई वांट टू लर्न। अब इसके अंदर जब हम एक डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में हैं, कई सारी और डिफिकल्टीज है, वो बच्चा एक तरह से बहुत आजाद हो सकता है। जैसे आप रिपोर्ट सुन रहे हैं कि सो के बच्चा क्लास अटेंड कर रहा है, ही इज रियली बंकिंग ऑन क्लास, क्योंकि टीचर जिस तरह से फिजिकली 50 बच्चों पे ध्यान रख सकते हैं कि ये बच्चे ने आवाज की, एंड द टीचर नोज कि ये बच्चा अटेंटिव नहीं है, लेकिन डिजिटली वो 50 बच्चों पे नजर रखना टीचर के लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है। मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी इज स्टिल कोपिंग अप। हाँ, तो इन दिस सिचुएशन बहुत जरूरी है कि वो बच्चे के अंदर एक इंट्रिंसिक इंटरेस्ट पैदा करें हम लोग, और वो इंटरेस्ट पैदा हो गया तो वो बच्चा खुद बहुत कुछ कर लेगा। और अगर वो इंटरेस्ट पैदा नहीं हुआ, तो हम हो सकता है बहुत सारे मेथड्स होने के बावजूद बहुत कुछ अचीव ना कर पाए। तो ये फर्स्ट पॉइंट है मेरा, और मैं इस ताल्लुक से आपके सामने एक कुछ फैक्ट्स रखना चाहता हूं। एक मेरे सामने स्लाइड है जो मैं शेयर नहीं कर पाऊंगा बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजंस, मैं मोबाइल से टेलीकास्ट कर रहा हूं, बट आई जस्ट टेल यू कि इसके अंदर मैं रीड आउट करता हूं। ये कुछ वर्सेस ऑफ द कुरान से मैंने इंस्पिरेशन गैदर की, जो आपके साथ मैं शेयर कर रहा हूं। आई फाउंड कुरान में 24 प्लेसेस में दिया हुआ है, 24 प्लेसेस, अफला ताकिलून, क्या तुम अपनी अकल नहीं इस्तेमाल करोगे? विल यू नॉट थिंक, सोचोगे नहीं? 3 प्लेसेस में है अफला ततफक्करून, क्या तुम गौर नहीं करोगे? विल यू नॉट पॉन्डर? अफला तुबसिरून, विल यू नॉट सी, सोचो, देखोगे नहीं, ये नहीं देखोगे। 14 प्लेसेस में अलम तरा, क्या तुम ये नहीं देखते? डोंट यू सी दिस? मीनिंग व्हाट? कम ऑन, यूज योर माइंड, सोचो, पॉन्डर करो। अब हमें अपने वो बच्चों के अंदर एक जेन्युइन इंटरेस्ट पैदा करना है कि दे शुड बी जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की एक सेइंग है, इन इब्न माजा ऑथेंटिक हदीस है, आता है सल्लल्लाहु इल्मन नाफिया, आस्क अल्लाह फॉर बेनिफिशियल नॉलेज। इल्मन नाफिया, फायदेमंद इल्म मांगो, अल्लाह से, ऊपर वाले से फायदेमंद इल्म, वो इल्म मांगो, नॉलेज मांगो जिसमें बेनिफिट है। वो तावुज़ु बिल्लाहि मिन इल्मिन ला यनफा, ऐसी नॉलेज से पनाह मांगो जिसमें बेनिफिट नहीं। मतलब जो नॉलेज में बेनिफिट है मांगो वो नॉलेज, उसके अंदर कोई स्पेसिफाइड नहीं है, जो भी बेनिफिशियल है। अब इसके अंदर मैनेजमेंट भी आ गया, इसके अंदर मेडिसिन आ गया, इंजीनियरिंग आ गई, कंप्यूटर्स आ गए, मतलब एनीथिंग विच इज बेनिफिशियल, यू आस्क गॉड फॉर बेनिफिशियल नॉलेज। तो हम देखते हैं कि वी हैव टू क्रिएट इंटरेस्ट, एंड मैं बच्चे जो सुन रहे हैं इस लेक्चर को, आई वांट टू एनकरेज देम कि यू शुड यूज योर माइंड्स, यू शुड थिंक, यू शुड पॉन्डर, और आपको इस चीज के बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि ये जिंदगी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी हमारे लिए, और वो अपॉर्चुनिटी में हम इसको वेस्ट ना करें। फर्स्ट पॉइंट। सेकंड पॉइंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, नेगेटिविटी से बचना है। क्या होता है कि व्हाट मेक्स अस फेल, ये नेगेटिविटी जो फैली हुई है। नेगेटिविटी में क्या हो रहा है कि ऑब्वियसली हम एक इकोनॉमिकली मुश्किल सर्कमस्टांस से गुजर रहे हैं, हेल्थ वाइज डिफिकल्टीज है, लोगों की डेथ्स भी हो रही है, कई सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं। अब ये सिचुएशन के अंदर एक कॉमन बात ही होती है कि एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग बैड। कई लोग ये कहते हुए मिलते हैं 2020 साल ही बहुत बुरा। भाई साल को क्यों बुरा कह रहे हो? हाँ, साल को क्या, साल क्या है, व्हाट इज साल? करने वाला साल में जो कुछ होता है वो ऊपर वाला कर रहा है, ऊपर वाला करता है वो अच्छा ही होता है इन सम वे और द अदर, वी डोंट इवन नो, हमें नहीं पता। हाँ, क्या मामला है ना कि एक दिन जॉब एक छूट गया तो पर्सन बोलता है कि मैं बहुत बुरा हो गया, मेरा जॉब चला गया। अगले दिन उससे अच्छा जॉब मिल जाता है तो कहता है बहुत अच्छा हुआ जॉब छूटा पिछला। तो वी आर वेरी सब्जेक्टिव, हमारी थॉट जो है ना चेंज होते रहते हैं, हमारा व्यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग चेंज होती रहती है। दिस इज आवर रियलिटी। तो व्हाई नॉट ट्रस्ट गॉड कि भाई जो हो रहा है ना उसमें भी कुछ अच्छा ही है। हाँ, जैसे संतोष जी ने बहुत अच्छा कहा और डॉक्टर आया ने भी बहुत अच्छा कहा, व्हाट डिड शी से, कि इसके अंदर बहुत सारे ऐसी चीजें सामने आ रही है जो फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में नहीं हो सकता था। और मैं भी वो बात को व्यू करता हूँ कि लुक एट दिस एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी। अगर हम लोग बेचारे मजबूर, हम लोग बस मजबूर अभी ऑनलाइन पढ़ना पड़ रहा है और फिर ये थॉट से अगर हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं ना तो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग ओनली वी फेल्ड। तो बहुत जरूरी है एक पॉजिटिव आउटलुक, एक नेगेटिविटी को दूर रखना, पॉजिटिविटी के साथ देखना, ये बहुत जरूरी है। दिस इज द सेकेंड पॉइंट। हाँ, बीइंग पॉजिटिव, जो हो रहा है उसमें भी कुछ विजडम है गॉड का, वी शुड ट्राई टू मेक द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ इट, ये बहुत जरूरी है। थर्ड पॉइंट, और वो है व्हेन वी स्टार्ट वी शुड कीप आवर गोल इन माइंड, वी शुड कीप आवर गोल इन माइंड कि हम चाहते क्या हैं। अगर गोल सामने है तो एक इंसान को मोटिवेशन मिलता है। मतलब मैं कहना चाह रहा हूं कि हमारे टीचर्स के लिए, हमारे मैनेजमेंट के लिए, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, हम पेरेंट्स के लिए, कि बच्चों के अंदर, बच्चों के सामने एक गोल होना चाहिए। उन्हें ये बताना चाहिए ड्रीम कि व्हाट डू यू वांट टू अचीव, आप क्या चाहते हो, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू अचीव। वो गोल सामने है ना तो मुश्किलें है ना ऐसे ही आयन आउट हो जाएगी, मालूम भी नहीं पड़ेगा कुछ मुश्किल से एक इंसान गुजर रहा है। द गोल शुड बी बिग, द गोल शुड बी डिफाइंड, द गोल शुड बी स्पेसिफिक, स्पेसिफिक तौर पर कि क्या गोल है, टाइम बाउंड, यहां तक पहुंचना है बेटा, तुम्हें ये चीज करना है, गिव हिम अ ड्रीम, और वो ड्रीम को उसकी जिंदगी का रोज का हिस्सा बनाओ, यू हैव टू अचीव दिस गोल। और ये गोल जब सामने होगा ना तो वो बच्चा ये सारी डिफिकल्टीज को पार करके वो अचीव कर पाएगा, ही विल बी एबल टू अचीव इट, क्योंकि उसके सामने एक ड्रीम होना चाहिए, एक स्पेसिफिक ड्रीम होना चाहिए। उसके पास ही एक बात होनी चाहिए कि मैं ये चीज करना चाहता हूं इतने 6 महीने में, नेक्स्ट 6 मंथ्स आई वांट टू अचीव दिस, नेक्स्ट 1 ईयर आई वांट टू अचीव दिस। देखिए क्या होता है, समझ में से कि आपका टॉपिक है कि हाउ टू एंगेज योर किड्स इन डिजिटल लर्निंग। मैंने बहुत ही एनरिचिंग सेशंस अटेंड किया संतोष जी एंड डॉक्टर राया के, और आई फेल्ट कि ये सारी चीजें भी बहुत अच्छी अचीव होगी, लेकिन साथ में एक आउटलुक बहुत जरूरी है। एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई थॉट दैट मैं अपने इसका एक टाइम इसके लिए डेडिकेट करूं। आई रियली चेंज्ड माय कंटेंट आफ्टर लिसनिंग टू दोस टॉक्स। तो गोल इन माइंड, यानी गोल सामने रखना बहुत जरूरी है। दैट गोल विल मोटिवेट द स्टूडेंट। वो गोल सामने है, वो बच्चा डिफिकल्टीज के दीज आर ऑफ वन टाइप, मतलब those 3 वर जनरल। अब ये 5 जो है मोर स्पेसिफिक टू द क्लासरूम है। फर्स्ट पॉइंट, अभी हम देखते हैं कि पेरेंट्स का बहुत ही अहम रोल है, और जब पेरेंट्स को ये पहचानते हैं कि भाई बच्चे आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट है, कल हम नहीं रहेंगे दुनिया में, ये बच्चे रहेंगे, ये बच्चे अच्छे काम करें और हमें उसका सवाब मरने के बाद भी मिले। व्हेन वी नो दैट दीज आर आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट इन द लाइफ अहेड, के एज द प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम सेड इन अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल हदीस, ही सेड कि जब एक इंसान मर जाता है उसकी सारी डीड्स खत्म हो जाते हैं सिवाय 3 के। ऐसा उसने कोई चैरिटी की है जिसकी फायदा बाद में भी लोगों को मिल रहा है, ऐसी नॉलेज उसने छोड़ी है जिससे लोग बाद में भी सीख रहे हैं, या नेक औलाद है, अच्छी औलाद है जिनको उसने तरबियत दी, अच्छा सिखाया, और वो उसके लिए दुआ करें। तो ये क्या होता है, ये बच्चे जो है कल के हमारे इन्वेस्टमेंट है। जब है ना तो आपको एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करना होगा। एक ट्रांजिशन वर्ल्ड से हम गुजर रहे हैं, एक बार वो बच्चे लैच ऑन हो गए ना नए सिस्टम पे, एक बार वो कनेक्टेड हो गए, यूज टू हो गए, उनकी हैबिट में आ गया, दे आर कंफर्टेबल डूइंग इट, तो फिर क्या होगा, पेरेंट्स का रोल थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा। लेकिन एज ऑफ नाउ पेरेंट्स का एक बहुत अहम रोल है। दे आर लाइक असिस्टेंट टीचर्स। उनको बच्चे को डिसिप्लिन करना है, रेडी करना है, टाइम पे बिठाना है। क्योंकि स्कूल के एनवायरनमेंट में मामला अलग था। और क्या हो रहा है मैम कि आई हैव सीन दैट बहुत से स्कूल के नए सिस्टम में थोड़े डिस्काउंट एटीट्यूड से स्टार्ट हुए हैं। डिस्काउंटेड एटीट्यूड मतलब थोड़ा सा कंसेशनल एटीट्यूड बच्चे के लिए। थोड़ा बच्चा लेट आ रहा है तो उतना ज्यादा जितना स्ट्रिक्ट स्कूल में हुआ करते थे, ऑनलाइन में उतना ज्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट अभी नहीं है। उसी तरह बीमारियां फैली हुई, तो दे आर वेरी कंसिडरेट। अब इसके अंदर पेरेंट्स शुड नो कि ये कंसिडरेशन का फायदा नहीं उठाना चाहिए। मतलब आप चाहते हैं कि आपका बच्चा कल आपके लिए एक सदका जारिया बने, यू डू, हम अपनी कब्र में हो और वो बच्चा अच्छे काम करे दुनिया में और हमें उसका सवाब मिले, सो वी हैव टू इन्वेस्ट अ टाइम आफ्टर देम। तो क्या करना होगा, बच्चों को बिठाना, माँ बाप उसके ऊपर अटेंशन दें। दे ऑल्सो हैव टू रिमूव टाइम। बाजू में आप भी कुछ एक्टिविटी कर सकते हैं, एक बार चाइल्ड वेल सेट, लेकिन चाइल्ड के साथ एक असिस्टेंट टीचर का रोल प्ले करना बहुत जरूरी है। ये बहुत जरूरी रोल है पेरेंट्स का, नंबर 1। तो हमारे डिजिटल लर्निंग के अंदर बच्चे एंगेज होने में ये असिस्टेंट टीचर जो है ना, वहां इनका बहुत अहम रोल है। ये बहुत अहम, बहुत वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द पेरेंट्स। फर्स्ट पॉइंट। सेकंड पॉइंट मैं हमारे टीचर्स के लिए कहना चाहता हूं कि आपको डिफिकल्टीज को अंडरस्टैंड करना होगा। डिफिकल्टी ये है ना कि वो बच्चा डिस्टर्ब हो सकता है, ये बहुत कॉमन सी बात है। तो इन दिस सिचुएशन क्या करें? देखिए क्या होता है ना, बहुत कॉमन बात हो गई, बच्चा फोकस लूज कर जाता है। जितना आप उसका अटेंशन होल्ड कर सकते हैं व्हाइल द चाइल्ड इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, जितना बच्चा सामने आपके हैं आप जितना अटेंशन होल्ड कर सकते हैं, जब वो बच्चा आपके सामने नहीं है, आप जानते हैं अटेंशन स्पैन कम हो जाता है। Just a moment, हाँ, कम हो जाता है। दिस इज अनदर रियलिटी। तो इन दिस सिचुएशन हम क्या करें, मैं आप सबको इंकरेज कर रहा हूं, एंड टीचर्स को मैं बहुत स्ट्रांगली इंकरेज करता हूं, मैनेजमेंट को बहुत स्ट्रांगली इंकरेज करता हूं। द क्लासरूम टीचिंग शुड बी इंटरैक्टिव होनी चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं कि बस ये बात कर रहे हैं टीचर और सब लोग सुन रहे हैं। एंड आई हैव सीन कि टीचर्स क्या करते हैं, वो अपने बच्चों को म्यूट ऑल कर देते हैं। म्यूट ऑल, ऐसा म्यूट ऑल जूम के अंदर कि जिसके अंदर अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन नहीं हो बच्चे के पास, ताकि कोई बच्चा डिस्टर्ब ना करे क्लास को। और उससे क्या होता है, पूरी शांति मिल जाती है टीचर को। अब टीचर सिंगल वे बस बात करते जाते हैं। व्हाट हैपेंस इज, आप सिंगल वे टीचर अगर क्लासरूम में पढ़ा रही है, इटसेल्फ इज अ डिफिकल्ट थिंग। क्लासरूम के अंदर बच्चों का अटेंशन रिटेन करना टफ होता है। अब आप सोचो कि कितना अटेंशन रिटेन कर पा रहे हैं, कितना ध्यान हम खींच पा रहे हैं जब हम डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में ये चीज करेंगे, ऑब्वियसली। तो मैं हमारे टीचर्स को थियोरेटिकली कहने की जगह कुछ प्रैक्टिकल टिप्स देना चाहता हूं। नंबर 1, आप अपने बच्चों को ट्रेन करें दैट आपका माइक होना चाहिए एंड यू हैव चांस कि आप बात कर सकते हैं। यू हैव द चांस कि आप अनम्यूट करके बात कर सकते हैं। तो ये हम बच्चों को एक्सप्लेन करें। कैसे एक्सप्लेन करें, मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया कि देखो, लुक एट माय दिस हैंड, राइट हैंड, क्योंकि अब ये क्या है ना, हालांकि मेरा राइट हैंड है, लेकिन अभी पता नहीं, वेल एक्चुअली उनकी स्क्रीन पर यहाँ पे नीचे दिखता है म्यूट बटन। अब जो मैं टेस्ट किया हूँ, यहाँ पे म्यूट बटन दिखता है। जूम मैप की बात कर रहा हूं मैं, तो यहाँ पे होता है, मैं बोला ये जो म्यूट बटन है, दिस शुड ऑलवेज बी रेड। आपका फोन म्यूट ही होना चाहिए। मतलब आई वांट टू टेल यू व्हाट, मैं बोलना ही चाह रहा हूं, बच्चे को फ्रीडम दो बात करने का। उसको टोटल म्यूट मत करके रख दो, ऐसा म्यूट जो अनम्यूट नहीं कर सके। लेट हिम स्पीक, लेट द चाइल्ड स्पीक। और आप बच्चे को डिसिप्लिन में कंट्रोल करिए, उसका मुंह पे पट्टी बांध के मत कंट्रोल करिए। ये म्यूट बटन यानी कि पट्टी बांध देना, ओके। उसी तरह आप ये यूज कर सकते हैं, जिसके अंदर पार्टिसिपेंट्स का नाम जहां होता है वहां पे टिक कर सकते हैं। यस या नो बता सकता है बच्चा। तो जैसे टीचर ने कहा ओके व्हाट डू यू से, यस और नो, तो स्टूडेंट्स अपने नाम के आगे पार्टिसिपेंट में जाकर यस कर सकते हैं, नो कर सकते हैं। थोड़ा सा ट्रेनिंग करना पड़ता है कि यस करो, उसकी सेटिंग्स में जाके पहले तो ऑन करना पड़ेगा। अगर आप मेरी बात, टीचर्स यू कैन डू दिस, यस या नो पूछो, मतलब कुछ करने लगाओ बच्चे को बीच में। अगर बच्चा कुछ करेगा बीच में, देन व्हाट विल हैपन कि हम उस बच्चे का अटेंशन ज्यादा देर तक रिटेन कर पाएंगे। एक और चीज है पोल्स। देखिए ये एक एडवांटेज है। अगर एक नॉर्मल क्लासरूम के ना पोल लेना है ना, तो पोल लेना बहुत टफ काम हो जाता है। लेकिन यहाँ पे डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में पोल्स, जूम के अंदर पोल्स है, पेड वर्जन में पोल्स है, अनपेड में नहीं है। आप वो यूज कर सकते हैं। एक पोल क्रिएट करिए, स्टूडेंट को कहिए कि आप इसमें और मैं अपनी क्लासरूम के अंदर 1 क्लास के अंदर 10 पोल्स यूज करता हूँ। तो मैं वो यूज कर रहा हूँ एंड आई फाइंड इट वेरी बेनिफिशियल। होता क्या है कि वही बच्चा जब बीच बीच में जब वो पोल में वोटिंग कर रहा है, यस नो वगैरह बता रहा है, इट हैपेंस के इस सिचुएशन के अंदर इट इज उसका एक तो नंबर सो नहीं रहा है, वो पता चल गया जब पोल में वोट किया मतलब वो डेफिनेटली सोया नहीं है। दूसरी बात क्या होता है कि उसके लिए माइंड यूज करने का मामला है। मैं आपको एक इंस्पिरेशन मेरे लिए बताता हूँ। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से ऐसी कई हदीसें मिलेगी वेयर ही इंस्टेड ऑफ डायरेक्टली टीचिंग ही वुड आस्क अ क्वेश्चन। डायरेक्टली सिखाने की जगह एक सवाल पूछते हैं। ही सेड कि डू यू नो व्हाट इज अल्लाह's राइट ऑन हिज क्रिएशन। अब ही कुड हैव टोल्ड डायरेक्टली कि क्या राइट है, बट ही डिडंट टेल, ही फर्स्ट आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन। लोगों ने जवाब देने की जो कोशिश की, फिर उन्होंने सही रास्ता बताया। देयर आर सो मेनी एग्जांपल्स। यहां तक कि बड़े बड़े टॉक्स में he had an interactive way of teaching. Now this is what I want to encourage all the teachers कि आपकी क्लासरूम में इंटरैक्टिविटी होनी चाहिए, बहुत जरूरी है। हाँ, तो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। एग्जाम्स हो, अभी जैसे ऑनलाइन टीचिंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है, इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जाम्स बनाइए। सिर्फ मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस नहीं, मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस भी बनाते हैं तो उसके अंदर कुछ कॉम्प्रिहेंशन टेस्ट करने वाले, सिर्फ मेमोराइजिंग एबिलिटी नहीं, मेमोराइजिंग एबिलिटी भी, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन भी। इमेजेस से इंटरेस्टिंग होते हैं बच्चों के लिए, इमेजेस बेस्ड एग्जाम्स, और बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है। मैंने खुद यूज किया एंड आई वाज रियली अमेज्ड कि बहुत अच्छी दुनिया है ये, मतलब बहुत सारी पॉसिबिलिटीज है इसके अंदर। ओके, फर्दर अगली चीज ये है कि जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है टीचर्स के लिए इन एनी टीचिंग, वो ये कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्रिएट करने की कोशिश करें, अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्टूडेंट में क्रिएट करने की कोशिश करें। कई बार क्या होता है ना, स्टूडेंट भी वर्ड्स अंडरस्टैंड करता है, वर्ड्स, बट वी हैव टू गो बियॉन्ड द वर्ड्स, वी हैव टू लुक एट द अंडरस्टैंडिंग के अल्फाज जो है ना टीचर के, उसके पीछे टीचर बोलना क्या चाह रहे हैं। उसी तरह टीचर अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग को कन्वे करने के लिए की कोशिश करें, कि अपनी सोच पहुंचाने की कोशिश करें, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। तो ये एक और इस ताल्लुक से टिप है। और एक और चीज, और लास्ट 2 पॉइंट्स है मेरे, वो ये है कि डू यू नो, एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट होता है टीचिंग का, वो होता है कम्युनिटी। कम्युनिटी, कितने बच्चों के बारे में देखा जाता है कि वो लोग बोलते नहीं है। छोटे छोटे बच्चे जब स्कूल में जाते हैं बोलना सीख जाते हैं, कैसे? कम्युनिटी। कैसे, क्या होता है कि क्लास में दूसरे बच्चों के साथ पढ़ने में इंटरेस्ट बढ़ता है। अब यहाँ पे क्या है ना, ऑनलाइन दुनिया में अकेले हो, ओके, कम्युनिटी कनेक्शन वीक हो जाता है, उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग करना बहुत जरूरी है, कम्युनिटी कनेक्शन। और कम्युनिटी कनेक्शन अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग हुआ तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। आपको पता है, मिसाल के तौर पे कुछ स्कूल्स होती है, कुछ कॉलेजेस होती है जिनका लेवल बहुत अच्छा समझा जाता है, अगर आप टीचिंग देखें तो बहुत ज्यादा फर्क नहीं दिखता है। क्या फर्क होता है पता है आपको? उसमें फर्क ये होता है, जो ऑडियंस है, जो ऑडियंस है, मतलब जहां पे बच्चे ऐसे हैं कि अरे छोड़ो, तुम्हें पढ़ने की क्या जरूरत है, तो वहां पे वो चीज का इफेक्ट होता है हमारे ऊपर भी। और जहां बच्चे हैं कि दे आर वेरी स्टूडियस, दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग, तो वहां पे क्या होता है, हमारे ऊपर भी वो चीज का असर पड़ता है। तो कम्युनिटी फैक्टर इंप्रूव करना बहुत जरूरी है हमारे लिए। कम्युनिटी फैक्टर कैसे इंप्रूव करें? इसके अंदर टीचर हैज टू बी वेरी इनोवेटिव, सोचना होगा आपको। फर्स्टली आप ये कर सकते हैं कि जैसे जूम के अंदर ब्रेकआउट रूम्स का कंसेप्ट है, ब्रेकआउट रूम्स, आप ब्रेकआउट रूम्स का यूज करेंगे। आपका ग्रुप है 50 स्टूडेंट्स का बैच है, 5-5 स्टूडेंट्स के 10 बैच बन जाएंगे ब्रेकआउट रूम्स यूज करेंगे। तो उसमें क्या है, आप उनको एक ग्रुप एक्टिविटी दे सकते हो। बहुत अच्छा है कि आप कह सकते हो कि ये चीज मैं 5 ने मेमोराइज किया, सब सुनाएंगे इसमें ब्रेकआउट रूम के अंदर, ये कंसेप्ट है। उसी तरह मतलब आप देख लीजिए जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ये सबके ट्यूटोरियल्स अवेलेबल है, हाउ टू यूज दिस, सबके ट्यूटोरियल्स अवेलेबल है, लेकिन ये करना बहुत अच्छा है। उसी तरह ये हो सकता है कि कुछ कंपटीशन स्पिरिट क्रिएट करें, बेस्ट सबमिशंस कौन से आए, और कई सारे ऐप्स के अंदर ये फैसिलिटी होती है, जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का क्लासरूम का जो ऐप है उसके अंदर भी बहुत अच्छा है, तो आप लोग यूज कर सकते हैं। ये बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो की जा सकती है। कम्युनिटी फैक्टर को याद रखना है। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि मसलुल जलीस सौले वल जलीस सू, एक गुड कंपनी की मिसाल और बैड कंपनी की मिसाल ऐसी है। गुड कंपनी की मिसाल है लाइक अ परफ्यूम सेलर, या तो परफ्यूम की को खरीद लोगे या तो कम से कम खुशबू लेकर आओगे। और बैड कंपनी की मिसाल है ब्लैक स्मिथ, या तो कपड़े जलेंगे या तो बॉडी जलेगी, कम से कम वहां से बुरी हवा लेकर आएंगे, तो बुरी स्मेल लेकर आएंगे। तो ये इसके बारे में एक और चीज। और लास्ट पॉइंट फॉर टुडे, और वो है राइटिंग। हम राइटिंग को एम्फसाइज करते रहें स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, और स्टूडेंट्स भी राइटिंग को लर्निंग का प्रोसेस बनाएं। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की एक बहुत इंस्पायरिंग हदीस है, क़य्यिदुल इल्म बिल किताब, नॉलेज को इम्प्रिजन करो लिखकर, मतलब लिखो। और अल्लमा बिल कलम, कुरान का फर्स्ट वर्स जो रिवील हुआ था उसके अंदर है कि अल्लाह ताला गॉड अलमाइटी टॉट यू विद द पेन। तो पेन के इस्तेमाल की तरफ हम लोगों को एनकरेज करें कि दे शुड राइट इट डाउन, टीचर भी स्टूडेंट्स को सिखाए। दीज आर सम ऑफ द टिप्स। ऑफ कोर्स ये बहुत बड़ी दुनिया है, और ये मैंने 8 चीजें ये ब्रीफ प्रेजेंटेशन में आपके सामने प्रेजेंट किए। आई होप दैट ये चेंज्ड वर्ल्ड के अंदर हम लोग इसके अंदर पॉजिटिविटी के साथ आगे बढ़ें और हम लोग अपने बच्चों को के साल जो आगे का इन्वेस्टमेंट है उसको सही तरह से यूज करने के लिए बहुत अहम मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर बने। मैं इस प्रोग्राम के ऑर्गेनाइजर को थैंक करूंगा फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी इन दिस, एंड आई होप दैट जो पॉइंट्स मैंने आप तक पहुंचाए आप सब इस बारे में पॉन्डर करें एंड वी टेक दिस मैसेज फॉरवर्ड इनटू प्रैक्टिकल एक्शन। शुक्रिया, थैंक यू सो मच, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan, Zaid bhai. Alhamdulillah, it was a wonderful insight. We're merging some religious teachings with modern technology, and you really encouraged us, the audience और तमाम parents को और हमारे मेहमान को भी इसका एक इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया कि टेक्नोलॉजी को इस्लाम ने इतना ऑर्थोडॉक्स की दीवार के पीछे नहीं रखा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। अब मकतबे तालीम के अंदाज निराले देखे। द स्कूल विच टीचेस हैज स्ट्रेंज लॉज। उसको छुट्टी ना मिले जिसने सबक याद किया। अगर आपने सबक याद किया हो तो आप घर नहीं जा सकते हो। प्रोग्राम का वक्त हो चुका है, लेकिन सवाल और जवाब की नशिस्त के बिना मैं आप लोगों को इजाजत नहीं दे सकता हूँ। मकतबे तालीम के अंदाज निराले देखे। स्ट्रेंज आर द वेज ऑफ टीचिंग, ही हु लर्न्स अ लेसन हैज टू डू मोर वर्क। सो द फर्स्ट वंडरफुल क्वेश्चंस डॉक्टर रामिया के लिए एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल है इम्तियाज अहमद की तरफ से। इम्तियाज अहमद खुद प्रिंसिपल है चेन्नई की स्कूल के। इनका सवाल है कि ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन का एक हेडेक ये है, there is one headache with regards to online education, that it is difficult for children to get adapted to gadgets all of a sudden. You see, we understand that gadgets are essential, but it is difficult for children to adapt to the gadgets and difficult to focus, because now I'm adding it, is the teaching as interesting as video games? Number one. Are the presentations are as lively as the TV serials and sports and exciting? So what is your suggestion based upon the new challenges, as you said? Over to you, Dr. Raya.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nisar. Principal from Chennai. This question, technology integration, if it is connected to mobile, I'm 65 and my grandson is with me, who is 8 years old. He just promoted from grade 2 to grade 3. He is connecting his own Zoom, these things. And for today's connection, I need to take help from my younger grandson, who is 13 years old. Related to technology, gadgets, children will learn fast. They are like clay. You can mold them. So children getting used to technology which is related to online, very soon they are not only this child I'm talking about. We are also running online classes, pre-primary grade 1 and 2. Parents are sitting with them and trying to help them. Grade 3 onwards, unmuting, muting, video on, off, chatting, and then renaming, all grade 3 children are doing. So only thing is we are not exposing them. We are not giving them a chance. See, as per new education policy, vocational education and skill-based education should be there. This skill-based education in rural areas, it may be some other occasion, but in cosmopolitan and grade 1 level city-bred children, they get into first technology, electronic media. So that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a hindrance for online learning. There are many. See, today, if you don't know something, you don't need to go and Google also. Just go to YouTube and search how to open this. In 5 minutes, you have an answer. That children are doing it. Before asking parents, children they themselves are doing. That shouldn't be a problem. Using gadgets and technology for children especially may be problem for some elderly teachers. Some teachers who are 20-25 years experience, they will not get used to gadgets and then technology. We feel little bit difficult, and at the same time we are motivating them. Now those teachers are doing, but to do grade 3 to 5 children also are able to do on their own, unless there is a very major internet connection kind of thing. That internet connection you and me also cannot do. That should be solved by the department. I don't think this is a problem. Only thing is they need some practice. That's all. Guide them, encourage them, motivate them. That's all.
The next question is for Santosh Sahab. There is a very good comment. Thank you very much for talking about those gadgets. And the questioner says that can gadgets really replace classmates? Because the classmates, the life in the classroom is amazing, like a jungle with all animals, the monkeys and the lions and the tigers. They are all everything is happening there around them. In gadgets, as Zaidbhai said, only one screen. So you introduce a lot of gadgets and many things, but can they really replace friends? Over to you.
Right. Very aptly asked. And I'll probably correlate with what Mr. Zayed was putting across in the end. There are, like you have Einstein's equation. There is also something called as C3 and E2, right? Where 3C stands for communication, collaboration, and creativity. And the emphasis on E's are emotion and emotion intelligence. So if you are looking at emotion for a gadget does not have emotion. However, the people who are using it, right, carry emotion. So you are not replacing people, you are only using that as an assistance. Now, our forum is itself an example of it, right? We are using technology now, right? We have emotionally connected today, right? Tomorrow, the same WhatsApp group, I might send you a thank you. So we have established a relationship where you invited me into this forum. They were honorable guests. So I have got to know people. So the connection has been established. How do I take it forward is with me as an individual. It's nothing to do with the gadget. On a similar sense, when a classroom is happening, I totally agree to the fact that I might not be able to poke at a student who was sitting in my same bench, which happens in a physical classroom. I might miss those smaller, what should I say, naughtiness that I used to do with my friends. However, what definitely does happen is the same set of students have formed groups and they share their thoughts, they share their ideas, right? So let's only look at the positives that comes out of it. So the emotional part of it is more to do with individual and nothing to do with gadgets. This is what I strongly believe. And technology, in fact, connects people, right? So if you look at today, the very premise why we are able to speak to each other is because of the presence of technology, right? Thus, I'm not talking because I'm into sales of technology, but I'm talking this because I strongly believe in situations like this, technology has always come to our aid.
Thank you. There is another question from ma'am, Dr. Raya, that how much time should be allotted, screen time, should be allotted for primary children, especially daily, weekly? What are your suggestions? Now, this is something connected to education and the psychology of children.
In fact, I was just going through a few of the comments that were coming in when the Facebook was going live. And I also had seen a couple of parents had actually asked a similar question. In terms of the time, there is no definition. Now, if you look at the same parents might also acknowledge to the teacher, they were definitely spending more time by playing games than the online classes that we are actually running now, right? However, if I'm looking at biological part of a student, right, I'm looking at his age appropriateness and the screen time he's supposed to spend, then I would say a student can spend about 40 minutes. However, a break of 20 minutes is necessary, right? Where a student disengages him from the gadget, right? Goes away from it, relaxes himself because he's straining his eyes when he's getting at. So all those relaxation process happen and then he can come back and engage. So there are certain age criteria being mentioned by the CBSE and the NCERT boards also, which were primarily tried and tested by the medical forum, and then they have suggested this timelines. So it is better we abide by it. But On the contrary to it, what is actually happening is it's not the online which is actually straining the student. What is training more the student is the gaming activity that he does after that, the TV that he watches after that. So that is adding on to the stretched time he's spending on screen rather than the online class. So this is where I said we should be judicious. Parents have to get involved, and as Zaid sir had put it at the end, the parents' involvement to make a judgment what is the time I would give after that is up to the teachers.
I would like
Actually,
to, yes,
Kush.
Dr. Raya, I would like to add a little bit in the question itself for you that now primary is first standard also primary and fourth standard is also primary. And there is a difference of 3-4 years. So how would you say how much time should be allotted and what are your calculations based upon screen time?
Screen timing, sir.
Yes.
Actually, from schools, already online schooling is started, online education is started. It is weekly 6 hours. 6 hours. 6 hours means actually alternative day for a 2-hour session, teachers are already doing it. In this 2 hour, 30 minutes one period and then give half an hour break.
Wow.
And then the next period starts. So when it is being done from school, it is everything structured, Mr. Nisar. It is structured, looking at the screening time, giving them a gap. And in this screening also, there is interaction. Children are talking. It's not only looking at it, right? Between 20 to 30 minutes break, and then next period starts. Like this, in a week, 3 days it is happening. But daily, from morning until evening, how much screening time children are undergoing, using with the support of the parents. That is to be cut down. Not the online education screening time is not at all a hindrance or this thing. But even then, I suggest the parents, there are some exercises. See, if you look at the screen, even you or me also look at the screen for 20 minutes. Afterwards, give a break and eye movement, right, left, top, bottom movement should be that exercise to be done. And you have to look because you are very close in 1 to 1.5 feet distance, 2 feet distance, you are watching the screen. Now you have to do the exercise after every 10-15 minutes. You have to look 20 feet distant things. That's how the adjustment of the retina nerves, they get relaxed. There will be blood supply. When you are looking stationary at one place, the blood supply will not, because the blood vessels will not be activated. So that's the reason you have to look for a long distance, at a long distance for 5 minutes, something like that. Oxygen supply, you should have more breathing to make them fresh. So these are the tips which the parents have to help. So when you are blinking, the blinking eye also should be there in between. You are looking at the screen, staring. So in between, you have to, that blinking exercise also to be done. So taking small such precautions, I'm sure that the teachers are giving, we are in the school, the teachers give some precautions for screening time and screening the exercises. I request the parents mostly to regulate the timings, control the timing of the screening. Zyada screening time nahi chahiye for games and other things. Better instead of mobiles, if they get connected to desktop. If not desktop may not be available for all. But I'm sure 90% of the parents must be having their TV, whether it is a smart TV. Now so many parents are getting connected to TV monitor. So such things, wherever possible, parents can take care of that.
Thank you very much. Zaid Bhai is there. There is a question for you, brother Zaid. Zaid Patel, is he there or we?
Yes, I'm here, very much here.
Zaid Bhai, we love to see
very
you.
much
That's
here.
it. Zaid Bhai, there is a question for you on my screen that your iPlus channel has a wide reach and you are doing a lot good in social and religious aspect. I understand conservative religion, nothing wrong with it. within the periphery of the law, of the local law. Agreed. Now, are you planning of introducing educational and academical courses on I+ channel?
Well, actually, I'll tell
History,
you.
geography, history, geography, literature, Shakespeare, 9th standard. You see, do you have any plans?
See, basically what I'm going to tell now, this is something which I'm telling before its actual launch. So, matlab ye before its launch, I'm telling this. Okay, this is
You can
some
announce,
advanced
introduce
information.
it.
Okay. So what I'm telling is we are in the process of launching 2 projects now. The first is I+ TV Kids, a special channel for kids, where we are producing videos for this channel. And we are very hopeful that this channel will see the light of the day, light of the internet in the next 1 month. We are hopeful for that. We are heading towards that, but this is not an official announcement. I really hope that we are able to get the things in the act organized and the thing is done, and it's a very good channel. I hope so. So this is the first project. Okay. Secondly, we are in the process of launching, inshallah, I+ University. I+ University. Now, what happened is how this worked. It's all connected with this lockdown. During lockdown, I had a very interesting experience where I was teaching one of my courses, and we can't physically get students these days, so we have to come on Zoom. And it was my first experience in Zoom, and I spent a lot of time looking at tutorial videos about how to use Zoom and what are the features. And I managed to make my class, I hope, very interesting, my weekly class. Only by the grace of God. What happened is how to get the exam. So of course, I had to explore like everyone else, learning management systems. We developed our IIC Online University, and that led us to the concept of I+ University. And since we are in the process, so we have not restricted ourselves with religious and Islamic courses. We are also planning to launch other courses which are of benefit for people under the Hadith, Ilm and Nafiya, beneficial knowledge. But again, we are going step by step. And I+ University's launch is again yet to see the light of the day. But we are in the process, and we are again hopeful that in the next 1 month, maybe something will come up on I+ University also. Thanks.
Thank you, Zaid Bhai, Jazakallah Khairan. The time is running up, and it is almost caught up, and time for prayers also. May I hand over the mic to Sheikh Rafiq Madani for a vote of thanks for our audience and the learned guest who gave us some valuable time for us from their busy schedule, from their family. It was supposed to be with their family, but they gave the time to our children and our students and our parents. Thank you very much. And I would like to request Sheikh Rafiq to pass on a vote of thanks, a vote of honor for our esteemed guest of today. Jazakallah khairan. Sheikh Rafiq.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम। मैं आप तमाम लोगों का जो है अपने दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। On behalf of our managing director Sayyid Ilyas Ahmad, he is in traveling and he has very poor connectivity. So he told me that I especially thank to all the speakers, Dr. Raya Rama, Brother Santosh, Brother Zaid Patel, and host Brother Nisar Nadiadwala, and other technical team who जो इस प्रोग्राम को कामयाब बनाने में, सक्सेसफुल करने में हमारी मदद करते रहे। इंशाअल्लाह हम जल्द ही इसके बाद एक दूसरा प्रोग्राम इसी तरह का रखना चाहेंगे, और मैं आप तमाम लोगों से एक्सपेक्ट करता हूं कि आप लोग फिर दोबारा हमारे इस प्रोग्राम में अपना कीमती वक्त देंगे। गॉड ब्लेस यू। अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We can end up the program.